Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, hotty toddy. God almighty. Yeah. Eric,
If it gets you going, fine.
are you excited? Inertia, excitement, motivation. Sweat Equity Podcast. That's what we're all about. All those things and more. Your pragmatic entrepreneurial advice and dick jokes coming at you with hashtag GirthyRI, hashtag 69B2B. Support the businesses that support your business.
Give him a good old 69 in y'all.
69B2B, it's just a little yin-yang. Little good karma, man. You get something, I get something. But try to be thoughtful about helping your friends' businesses out. I can't stress that enough. Go give them a review right now. Speaking of reviews, you can give us a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you want to subscribe on there. If you want to be a sub, as the kids call it, on YouTube.
No, I don't like that.
They call it subs.
yeah,
How many
it's
subs
like,
you got, bro?
You don't get to just.
We don't
take
have that many. We got 20.
I mean,
We're gonna figure that out.
Well, YouTube is whatever.
It's important.
We're not YouTube
urgent,
guys.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. If anybody knows, anybody out there wants to intern be a SEO for our YouTube, I would love that.
Yeah. It's something we've just never taken the time to learn.
One
other thing.
That's the sad thing. I know it. I just don't do it.
For YouTube though.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't. It's because it is like just it's like very. I'm not a clerical guy. I'm not the best.
You're not.
I'm not the best administrative clerical per our Asher Strategies test we took 2 years ago.
Still hanging on to that.
Hey, it was the most accurate test I've taken. We are sponsored by trygrasshopper.com/sweat. Get a business phone line. It forwards to your mobile phone line. Grasshopper it's just an app on your phone. It doesn't take away from your phone. You don't need two cell phones like a drug dealer. I see a lot of people doing that. Trygrasshopper.com/sweat. I've got 5 business lines just on my phone that just all forward to my line.
5? Really?
At one point, yeah. You got your Google Voice for your burner.
Sure.
You got Grasshopper. We're kind of stuck with our business line, line 2. I can't transfer it over for some reason. Speaking of apps that are good on your phone,
Yes.
GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. You get $50 off your membership if you use GoFreshBooks.com/sweat for your FreshBooks account. Better than QuickBooks, better than zero. Direct deposit the next business day. That's a big deal if you got no cash flows. And Warby Parker, WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. I was looking at prescription sunglasses. They've got them on there. I was looking for new sunglasses. I go, why don't I go through our stuff? WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. I gave them the size of my fat face. The width is not huge, but it's bigger than normal.
Very long head.
But it remembers my old eyeglasses I had in there.
Good.
So I'm gonna get
should.
5. I'm gonna get 5 to try on. Maybe I'll bring them in the studio, try them on here. We'll see how they look.
Not all at the same time.
Right, and you guys can judge how good or bad they are. WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat gets you 5 free pairs to try on at home. Let's go.
What about my sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
I am mumbling more than normal because I have gum in my mouth.
Oh, really? Get that. Spit it out.
Where's
Give
there?
it. Put it. Give it. Spit it in my hand.
Not your kid. Where's the trash can in here?
Right over there. Spit it in there.
I have
Nail
to get
it.
up, put it.
No,
What?
you could do it from there.
No, I put it like a dip.
That's not better.
I had it, but I had it where Chew goes, and that's why I was mumbling. This at least is a lot better.
Okay, just put it on the floor or something. I
On
don't
the
know.
floor? And,
Jesus.
well, look,
There, spit it.
you know, when you have gun, here's something I've. One of those things that I don't care enough to look up, and I might do it now. Is when people are like, if you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
No,
How could that be possible?
I don't know. But I kind of still believe it as an adult.
Sure, why not? I mean,
How long does it take for gum to digest? Should I look that up?
yeah, that's a good thing that people need to know right away. I mean, it would have to pass faster than that. There's nothing that stays in your
Well, this
system for
podcast
7
is
years.
about exploring curiosity, I would say.
The cells in your body regenerate.
It still says
completely.
7 years, but
Yeah, that's bullshit. What does the internet know?
you're the resident health guru, so
All right, well, the internet does say 7 years, but whatever.
healthline.com. Well, no, it's one of those ones where before you even get to the search results, Google has the answer like in an inline box,
Yeah.
you know, and then it gets to the Mayo Clinic, Ripley's, believe it or not, probably.
I mean, just don't swallow your gum.
Does it?
That's going to be a whole rabbit hole.
A
you can
myth
go
as
down.
durable as the gum itself holds that the chewy confection sticks to your innards like it does to the bottom of something. Okay. So we'll figure that out. We'll get our research team on. If you know the answer, call in.
Yeah.
But
Never to be heard of again.
and that what's it called? I also was pounding a bunch of Voss water. It looks like on
Rich
camera.
Voss?
A rich Voss water. It talks like this.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where people, I like to just pretend I drink Voss water all the time, but I buy one
You've
bottle.
had that same bottle for years.
This bottle, I think I've counted, I'm at 25 refills on it
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, are you washing it out with soap?
with more water that I drink.
Right, so that's probably accumulating a good bit of bacteria.
Nah.
All right, cool.
Nah. It's probably good, man.
Yeah,
Let my kids drink out of it. I
Yeah.
drink out of it.
yeah. Keep that.
Had not
that
walking
germ
pneumonia
cycle
last
going.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, they'll probably get it. No, I actually had to buy baby ones because they want to take mine because I'm drinking. They're
Little
2
baby
and 3.
bosses.
So I got the smaller ones, and they like the screw cap and all that stuff because everything with a lid or a cap or
Kids like to do stuff.
yeah, anything they have, like they wouldn't leave the house until I let them bring thermoses. That I was like, we're not bringing food with us, and they're like, nah, man, we're fucking
We're getting
we'll
something
camp out like
in this
Zuccotti
negotiation.
Park, yeah.
Like there's something we're getting something.
Yeah, and so I was like, fine, take them. I don't care. You're gonna fall asleep in the car anyway. I'll just take them.
Suckers.
So that is quite interesting in my life. Anything going on in yours? You're doing a lot more art,
Oh
I
yeah,
see.
man. Yeah.
and
If
we're gonna
you-
put
if
it out there
anybody
that you're
wants-
gonna do a show.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little show, but I mean, I'm running out of like wall space in my house to hang this shit up.
You can hang it over the foam in here.
No, not the big ones, because I'm doing the 1.5 deep gallery quality canvases, so they're not completely shitty, you know.
Okay.
So those take a little bit more strength to hold up.
Yeah. Why don't you just get?
Because I don't wanna. I don't wanna do
There
it
you
in
go.
here.
That's it.
I mean, it's just already all. These walls are spoken for.
Okay.
Don't need to worry about these walls.
That's
but-
fine.
But yeah, if you go to my website, genericeric.work, all of it's up there.
Doc work.
.work.
Do you have your name, ericreginger.com?
No.
You didn't want to get that?
No.
Now it's gone.
Why?
Now it's gone.
Because I could say genericeric.work, and there's no explanation needed.
But it sounds like
Eric
org.
with a C, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah. You got to remember, you got for any domain stuff, anything like that, it has to be as phonetically sounding as possible too. Even if it like, I know you're saying .work, but people can kind of half listen because they're listening to this while they're jogging or in their car. They're not a nerd like I am, where I have a notepad out sometimes. If I'm listening to someone that's like as I said on a previous podcast, we just want to be a homeless man's Jordan Harbinger show. But he gives out like he is the pragmatic advice champ, I would say.
Yeah.
And some stuff is so good that I have to I'll pull over, write it down, or put it in my Evernote and stuff or what I've been doing like a fucking weirdo, and I do this at the gym a lot.
Oh, I'm excited now.
Is I get my watch and I have an app called Bear, and I put creative dictated notes in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Evernote, but I kind of wanted to segment out. I want to use Evernote for kind of work stuff and Bear for creative stuff. So
That is over segmentation, I would say. Just create a new notebook in Evernote.
You see how many, I have 2861 notes in Evernote.
Okay.
I'm trying to clear that out for sure.
Yes.
But the thing about compartmentalizing is the same reason I like the LiveScribe pen, that I don't want to open anything else up because something else is right there, and then you're going to get into a to-do list. It's like when you're doing creative, it's like when you're doing art. You don't want to have to, it's hard to think about anything like math, logic based, like
Yeah, I guess.
when you're in it.
I
I'm
don't know.
saying.
I just don't want any more apps.
You don't want any more apps, but I feel like once you're to a certain threshold of using a lot, it doesn't really bother you as much.
I guess.
I guess. But it was more about capturing it in the moment.
How do you spell it?
Bear?
Bear, just like a bear.
Like a gay guy.
Right.
With a lot of chest hair.
Right.
Or the animal.
So you've got Bear and you've got Otter.ai, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's another gay one, right?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was just twinks and bears, and then someone told me about otters.
Yeah.
Those are like
They have
sinewy kind of guys.
They have speed.
For what?
That's none of your damn business.
Okay. Look, you know a lot.
They're slick and they're fast.
Yeah.
You could picture exactly what I'm talking about. So
No.
don't play dumb.
I don't know.
Yes,
what are you
you
talking
do.
about? I don't really know what otters do, honestly.
What?
I could get them confused with beavers.
Otters hold hands while they sleep. You ever see little cute otters?
So
when
you
they sleep?
cuddle? Is that?
I don't know. I'm repeating Always Sunny rhetoric.
Oh.
That's where I learned it all. So.
Yeah. That's where I learned power bottom.
Yes.
Where,
Exactly.
But my older gays, they tell me, and this might be from Always Sunny as well, is like, the misnomer is you're not like the lead dog if you're on the bottom, but really you power from the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
don't know
think
if it's-
everybody's different.
No, I think that's the you don't know this until you get in the ball game kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
With
Who
pitchers
better
and
to
catchers.
speculate than us? You know.
I'm curious, and when you hang out with a bunch of comedians that are just shooting the shit, you get to hear some of this stuff. So
You do need to know.
I want to know for empathy reasons. I don't want to assume things. You know, I'm at a party and it gets to that area for some reason.
You just assume that it's something that needs to be empathized.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yeah.
You're a bottom.
Well, it also says, hey, I've done the research a little bit. You know, I'm asking around. I'm not.
I turned my safe search off.
I don't just turn off when that conversation gets there. I'm curious. I want to know. You know.
Oh yeah,
that
you don't
experience.
shy away from.
I don't need to have
conversation.
the experiential learning of it, but I'll listen about it just because I don't know.
It's step one.
Maybe and you don't know what you're gonna. I don't know what I'm looking for, but maybe find something else.
Maybe.
You think you know about
Keep an
humans,
open mind.
right? And you don't. Anyway, yeah. So I, like a psycho, I'll dictate on my Apple Watch, and then go back and I've been writing it in. It's been a lot better life.
Okay. Okay. I mean, sounds like a lot of work.
Well, jokes come to me. There's two ways I do a creative process: either jokes or business, you know, problems to solve kind of thing. And there's two ways I go about it. Either you get the shower thoughts kind of style,
Right.
where that's capturing lightning in a bottle per se. Where, you know, I go on a long run. I get a thought. Like I had a weird flashback of a good stage. Someone told me something I said on stage. It's not a joke I have in my like joke book or anything, but it's just a good like riff that from the side I look like I belong on a coin.
Yeah.
I have the profile of that.
Yes.
That was a riff from like 7 years ago.
You do have a coin face head.
Right. I've got like big nose indented and where you put glasses. So like if you look at any profile on a coin, it's kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
And
Now I can't unsee
now
it.
I can't remember. Yeah, I know. I'm famous. Coin famous.
Sweat equity memorabilia
Ooh.
coins.
Ooh, yeah. Going on. Yeah, we'll make them in you know, cubic zirconium. if we
Okay,
can.
that's the one. I mean, those are like diamond. looking.
Perfect.
How do you do
I don't know.
that?
I was trying to think of an alloy. metal.
Copper, anything.
Yeah, but it takes more than a penny to make a penny these days.
Yeah,
Did you know
probably.
that?
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
believe
fact. There is so that's something that is in my deep subconscious. That's from 7 years ago. I don't even know if I said it on stage or someone made fun of me that way on
We'll give you
stage about
credit.
it. What it doesn't matter. Regardless, I was like, oh well. It's like the general manager of Side Splitters, one of the clubs in Tampa, the comedy clubs. He stopped my set. I've never seen him do this to anybody. and he now owns the club, and he's awesome. His name's BT. He stopped my set once and just said I look like Nicolas Cage and Con Air, and I was like, "Thank you." It like got like a fucking like applause break.
How did he stop it? He walked
He was
up
in the
onto
back.
the
He had the
stage.
voice of God in the back, and he
Really?
just stopped my set and said it.
Wow.
It wasn't like the most. It was like a showcase show, like slapdick. All a bunch of us doing 10 minutes, but it was like, okay, I will keep that forever. And
Yeah.
put that in there. Those I'm fine with. Those you're not really stealing jokes. That's kind of like that. Just kind of happens in the moment.
Yeah.
It's not something he wrote out. Anyway,
you're not going to reuse that.
at any rate, it's one of those things
Are
that
you?
happens on stage too. I'll just whatever. There's something in your subconscious or something that you're pulling out of yourself that if you weren't having this anxiety on stage, a little bit of show anxiety, it may not come to fruition. So I get that when I'm working out a lot of times because you get so they say in that zone. Meditation doesn't have to be sitting, crisscross applesauce on the ground with your eyes closed. It can be a repetitive task done over and over and over. You probably find a little meditation zone when you're doing the artwork where
Yeah,
you're not
for sure.
really thinking about anything.
Yeah. It's like just, you think about one thing. I mean,
Or
or just focusing on narrowing your focus, I guess is the best
yeah,
way to put it.
and you're not looking
Keeping
at your
it on one
phone
thing.
every
Yeah.
5 seconds. You're not. You really just and the stuff you're doing with your daughter. I'm sure that was like, you're taking that in and trying to live there.
Yeah.
As Eckhart
Being
Tolle
in the
says.
moment.
Yeah, that's the
Important.
Eckhart Tolle thing. Be present.
Yes.
So there's stuff like that where you can let your brain just go all the way down so much. That's why you get shower thoughts because your body and mind is kind of at ease.
Yeah.
So that's why you get these random thoughts that you weren't having throughout the day because you're in a self-preservation area, safe space, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing you're thinking about.
Right.
And you really don't have to think that much when you're in the shower.
You can't have your phone on you. You as you're getting into the shower, you're like, this will be a little cocoon. You're
Yeah.
not thinking that consciously, but
Yeah. That's why people wash their hair twice. They can't remember.
Oh,
It's
that?
like 3 minutes. I mean, just because you
You
get
know what that is? That's
What?
one of the best things in marketing ever. That's one of the best marketing angles.
the rinse and repeat thing. No, I'm
Mhm.
talking about just like doing it and then forgetting whether or not you did it or not. You
People
never
do
heard?
that?
Yeah, you never heard that?
No.
Okay. I don't have that
I
problem.
was gonna say,
I just take one glob of shit and just go, and then it's whole body clean.
yeah, I do the
Easy.
same. About every 3 days too. Most of the time, I just hot rinse.
Yeah, just rinse it off, baby.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need a lot of soap.
Ah.
And then, so that's one way. And for a lot of people, that's the runner's high. That's sometimes people get really, get a lot of adrenaline out of stuff. Mostly physical activity for me. So there's that one way. There's another way, which is a lot better. And, I'll say it out in the podcast to make me do it maybe a little bit more is it just takes more planning is that before you go on the run, before you go on these things, you get that where you need to, you get ideas, you need to capture it. When I was in the zone, I'd write down, a set or I'd listen to a stand-up set and then go for a run or do it while I'm running in the beginning so that I'm thinking about it while I'm running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about that, just thinking about that sort of thing when you're not sitting there meant to be thinking about. Like, I used to get a lot of ideas while I was driving long distances,
Perfect.
that sort of thing.
Yep.
It's weird,
But
but
then
like,
you wouldn't write them down.
yeah, I mean, but like just taking a break from focusing so hard on something definitely lets you come around the backside, see it from a different angle,
Right. Yeah, that's why it's like a lot of people would get mad. We did a lot of rebranding and just branding for startups and stuff. Probably did 50 of them, and they would be like, "Why does it take so long?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not really me, but
Right,
I
for
thi-
one thing.
yeah, the hard part's articulating what you want and narrowing that down. That's really what you're paying me for." It's like when people say, musicians, I think it was B.B. King used to say, you don't pay me to do the show, you pay me to travel. You're not really paying me to execute,
Right.
You're paying me to extract it like a mentalist from you, what
Okay.
you want or what's best for the brand. you know, and in that criteria, that rubric, is it scalable? Is it, do you understand it? Does it, you know,
Yeah.
represent these things that you want it to represent?
Yeah, that's always so tedious.
Well,
It's like,
but-
I don't know. I don't know what I don't like about it, but I
Right.
don't like it.
Well, then I go, that's not a good design note. You know, that doesn't help me, right?
Yeah.
And I hope you don't do that. I want to be like,
Fucking thing sucks.
I hope you
I've had a
don't do
couple
that in your
times.
real life, you know,
Yeah.
where you're getting what color to paint a wall in your house or something. And you're like, I don't like any of those.
Yeah.
You just, that's your note.
Yeah. Try one of the other 6 million colors and I'll give you a yes or no.
Or just try like 10 seconds more effort to like tell you why,
Right.
you know?
Or not even that. In your own mind, figure it out.
Right.
They don't
Why don't
know.
I like that, any of these colors? And how,
Mental laziness.
right. So there's that part. And even talking about this thing, this meta thing is like something I've thought about while being frustrated. So, because I go on anger runs, I've told you about. I don't know how much I've brought it up on the show, but if I'm like kind of really frustrated or really pissed off or whatever, in the same respect, I'll go for a run until I'm not angry anymore to solve the problem in a way.
Solve
let
the
it-
problem that
to
made you
get that-
angry.
yeah, instead of like being one of those people that lashes out all the time, you know, or is really loud and yells at people and stuff. If there's something I'm dealing with that I'm stressed about, and there's something that triggers me, I guess. I don't know. I've had texts that I've read that I've been like, God damn it. And then I go, okay, go for a run right. Just put your shoes on, go for a run right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Until
exhausting
you're not
yourself
mad.
physically will drain you from that mental energy to have it.
But it would make me think out everything, right? It'd be
Or-
like,
yeah.
here's the communication breakdown, and here's what happened, instead of just making it worse by sending a shitty text back or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely helpful to switch up what you're doing in those situations.
So
What is the question that you had from the
I've-
kid at
So when I taught the
school?
class, speaking of communication, that's a nice segue.
unnecessary?
What's it called? So taught a class a couple weeks ago at University of South Florida's business school, the College of Business, MUMA, M-U-M-A. Taught B2B marketing to a class of juniors, and I got a question via email that I wanted to throw out there on the podcast because I believe our dude listens. I don't want to throw his name out there because I don't know if he wanted it on the podcast. But so thank you for coming in today to talk to the class about what you're doing and tell us a portion of what marketing is about. I was wondering if you could tell me how a business management graduate can fit in a marketing firm. I found the task of improving a business, especially the growth phase, very appealing. I would like to take part in the challenge of improving a business. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope to hear from you soon. So him and I went back and forth, but
Uh-huh.
any thoughts you've got on that?
So he's saying how a business management major fits into a marketing firm. I mean, really, if a marketing firm's got their shit together, you know, most people, if not, they don't have somebody that looks at that aspect of whatever client they have, you know.
We're on the same page.
Like,
yeah.
you know, the business management is such a broad term. Like, I don't even know what they teach in that shit anymore. But like, for like you and I, like, we go in, like, we've dealt with a lot of people that it's just like, these are such easy things for communication. Where, you know, how's that work? And just streamlining so many things and avoiding repetitive tasks or even
Right.
repetitive people.
Yeah.
You
Being
know.
present while you're there, not thinking about the job you really want.
Yeah, and in a marketing firm, like hopefully they already have somebody taking care of that in house for the marketing firm itself. But like offering that, usually these marketing firms aren't just marketing firms; they'll also offer, you know,
Yep.
other stuff, and that's got to be part of it. And you can walk into somewhere like that and sell your skills as that. You know, like it's
Yep.
not just something to gloss over.
So you hit on like basically everything I was telling him. I go,
good.
I was, and I'll make it more curt for the podcast, but I basically was saying, look, degree doesn't matter as much.
If at all. You don't want to tell that to a group of college kids, but
No, I wanted to open with it. Believe me, I wanted to say that right off the bat, almost to scare them into because I graduated in 06. I thought, hey, I got a degree from pretty good university and I had good grades in it. They don't give a shit.
no.
I was listening to someone else the other day. I can't remember what podcast, but they're like, most of them don't even actually check if you got the degree or not.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's something done 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Now here's the deal. With the rise of a lot of undergraduate degrees, and I won't get into like the federal loans and all that stuff and how that ballooned and how education became crazy where a lot of people are in debt. But just normal economics test, right? If there's a lot more people getting undergrad degrees, then what's the value of them?
Yeah, your
Up or
value
down?
goes down, yo.
Right. So, So I used to say what a undergrad degree is now is what a high school degree used to be in the 60s.
Yeah.
And then what a graduate degree is now is basically what an undergrad degree is.
Yeah.
Back in
Everybody's
the
getting
day.
bumped down a notch.
Right. It's not that big of a deal. If you want to work for a small company, so you need to look at a couple of things. First thing is, do you have any skills and experience?
Yeah.
So experience right now. If you're in college, go get that internship. Go work for free or go work for nothing, minimum wage. That's your watch, boy.
I don't know. It's weird.
You hit I think you hit the
I didn't hit nothing. Siri doesn't
crown.
understand. Whatever.
So that's that thing of like, work for free until you get paid, right?
Yeah.
If you have no skills, you can add nothing to the table except be a competent person, which, by the way, if you can be really competent and very good, I used to be very good at administrative. I'm not, my proclivity's not there, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I can't do it. Clerical administrative, that was my first job out of college. And I ended up being very good at it because I had to be, but just being competent,
Yeah.
right?
Or learning how to learn. Just know how, if you get thrust into this situation, how are you going to learn whatever they need you to do best?
Right. And that's going to be a lot of stuff not at that office, not at that agency. Someone's going to go, hey, I need the creative treatment on this. And you're going to, what's a treatment?
Uh-huh.
And then instead of asking, you've kind of figure it out on your own.
Yeah. And these days, it's a lot easier. Google it.
It can be. But one thing is, so right then and there, like if you're not working, and I'm not saying like having, if you have a job as a bartender, which is something I did in college, that was great in one way because it got me to, get better at talking to a lot of different people,
Mm-hmm.
and be more sociable when I wasn't super that to strangers,
Right.
That helped with that skill, but it didn't do anything on the resume, and it didn't give me a skill other than getting another bartending job,
Yeah.
right? Which in LA, when I moved there at 21, really tough because I'm not a hot chick. I found out, and so, I had too much ego to be a bar back, when I moved out there.
Yeah.
So I held out and went to a mutual fund company, which is ultimately good, but it was tough. It was a tough summer to find work. Anyway, that's the thing of like, I've been there. That's when I used to work out in the middle of the day that summer of 06 with Skip Bayless randomly, because it was just him and I the dude from
I know who you're talking about.
from Cold Pizza or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith's rival.
Yeah, and so it would be him and I in the Santa Monica gym on the promenade every day about the same time. It's
Making
because
you look like a bitch.
it's because it's
Lifting
the
way
other
more than you are.
the other time I was unemployed when I was living in LA. It'd be me and Johnny Knoxville and Eric Roberts working out at the same time at this gym in Hollywood in like 09,
Right.
2010.
Yeah.
So
Fitness icons.
just random fun facts, fun stories, but
Name dropper, dude.
I know. So my advice is like, you need to have experience and preferably some kind of trackable skill, some kind of marketable skill. You market yourself, right? You're walking into an interview. That's what you're doing. That's the first test for a marketing firm, really. Can you
Mhm.
market yourself? do you prepare for all those questions too that are like, what's your biggest weakness? There's, I used to go, there's no way to really answer that question, so why even prepare for it?
Yeah.
And then there actually is.
No, you can actually tell them what your weaknesses are.
And you can spin it in a way that you go, well, I don't know anything about online advertising, but I would like to be around. I want to sponge up anything I can at a firm so that when I'm doing it after hours, I can apply that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, like for you and I, it's we don't
Penises
necessarily
are too
like
big.
to take orders, sort of thing.
No,
And it's just
no
like,
one does.
but that's gonna be, at least for me, my biggest weakness. But I've learned to deal with it, and like if you learn how to see the benefit in what somebody's asking you to do, and kind of changing how you perceive what's happening, it's not that tough. Like people just want to see that you're thoughtful with these things.
Yeah, I had someone say, I had someone say recently, I couldn't tell you. I didn't think I could tell you what. It was a guy who was going to hire me at one point a couple of years ago, and he's like, I didn't hire you because I didn't think I could tell you what to do because you're very opinionated. And I go, opinionated? I think you're confusing opinionated with actual execution.
Yeah.
I think I'm opinionated, and I think I feel comfortable telling you the opinion because we're around the same age and about the same experience and all that stuff. But also, I thought it would help the firm as a whole. A lot of startups, you can kind of get away with that a little bit more because you want to go, hey, I think I can fix this thing while I'm doing this too.
That
but
has
I go-
more of a team effort sort of vibe.
But I was like,
usually.
don't confuse the opinion I have with like the way I see it being a chief or an Indian. Either I'm the lead on something or I'm a teammate.
Yeah.
Newsflash, asshole!
I've got more thoughts on this, so we'll cut this one up, but and I'll do the part 2 in the next episode, because the next part is really about finding that opportunity you want instead of waiting for it.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, you can don't get thrust into something and then not research it on yourself. There's a lot of people that apply for jobs and they just think, I got to get a job. And then they get there and like, shit,
Right.
this is not what I wanted to do. And I just thought about the paycheck the whole time. And now here I am. And it's like, I don't want to go through this again.
I'll do this like a sports radio tease. Coming up next.
On the backside.
How will 17 NFL games affect injuries across the league, and how you can find that marketing firm?
What about my sweat equity? Sweat equity.
SweatEquityPod.com.
Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?